Derek Carr, I think if you ask anybody, will say, excellent quarterback, but he's hit his ceiling. That you've gotten what you can get out of him, which is playoff seasons, sure. 1 year, an MVP type season cut short by an injury. But maybe that's a Raider thing. Maybe it's a their problem, not a his problem. Now, I was there on the night he threw his last pass as a Raider. I called it. It was a freezing night. Can't forget it. Pittsburgh, Christmas Eve night. His team blew another lead on the season, and he threw multiple interceptions, including his last pass as a Raider. Picked off. The Raiders were done with him. They said, we need to see what we have in Jared Stidham, even though the coach brought him to Vegas and had him in meeting rooms. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Stidham play a couple games and then Brady had to go back in? Because he was...
threw a pick six. Like, it was a blowout.
Against the Jets.
Stidham came in, immediately threw a pick six, and Brady came back in.
But, again, in the same way that it's unfair to say Derek Carr's reached his pinnacle, that or he's done all he can do, or he's not the guy that can take your team to a Super Bowl and win it, because he had chances to do it in Oakland and then in Vegas and then never did it. You can't say that Stidham's already shown you all that he's got. So, be that as it may, he's done in Vegas. And the team is has an opportunity to trade him, but they have to do it before the 15th of this month. A couple of days after the Super Bowl. That's it. And so Derek Carr said yesterday he's not going to extend that deadline. And good for him. That means the team's going to have to either pay him or cut him or keep him. They're not keeping him. He knows it. Everybody knows it. The league knows it. So why trade for him? He's expensive. And it's definitely for him, absolutely, put a monster chip on his shoulder. This is something, a very prideful guy who has been a terrific leader in this locker room for this team for so many different moments where his ability to lead and also be passionate and wear his passions on his sleeve, his emotions on his sleeve, were exactly what the moment called for Vegas. And prior to that, Oakland. But I think you know what I'm referring to, the Gruden stuff, the Henry Ruggs, everything. So yesterday when he showed up at the Pro Bowl games in Vegas, an invitation he got just this week because a ton of others were injured or didn't show or didn't want to show. And he showed in Vegas. Tough spot. My gosh. Ryan Clark of ESPN went up to him after he balled out on the skills challenge and had this exchange.
You've thrown touchdown passes in Vegas before. You've been on fire. Have you ever been that hot in Las Vegas?
Not that hot. It's probably why I'm going somewhere else.
So it's a funny line, but if you see the video, he kind of stares at him.
Yeah. He gives he
gives a look of
the smile, and then the smile goes
and then right. He's like,
right.
that's a joke. Let the smile be my umbrella.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could still do it. Somebody, a Raider fan, saw that exchange and also saw him perform. Tweeted out to David Carr, is there an avenue whereby the Raiders realize what a massive mistake this is, apologize to him publicly, and try to run it back next season? Seems like a long shot, but worth asking. Gonna miss this guy. Crying emoji. David Carr wrote back one word: no. There is no such avenue. Derek's done with them. Yeah. So if you want Derek Carr, you might be getting the quarterback with the largest chip on his shoulder in the quarterback carousel of 2023. Just something to keep in mind here. It's what I got from last night's performance. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.